Hello and welcome to a Start Select Gamescom special. All week, Mark and I have been scouring the show floor here at the Cologne to find the biggest and best new games for your viewing pleasure. Coming up on this week's show, we talk to Media Molecule about their upcoming game, LittleBigPlanet 2.
We meet the attendees of Gamescom 2010 and find out what they've enjoyed about the show.
We take a look around the show floor itself to find the biggest and best booths at this year's show.
I visit the Redken Portable Salon and get my hair did.
And we give away a lovely swag bag that we've accrued from a show floor appointments.
All this and more on this Start Select Gamescom special.
We are here at Gamescom in Cologne for what is the biggest game show on earth. Some 250,000 people will be making their way to the Cologne here in Germany over the next week, and Mark and I have been looking around the show. We covered off the big news stories in the GameSpot UK podcast this week, so make sure you have a listen. But Mark, what's the kind of game and show floor booth that's impressed you this year?
So from what I've seen so far, I mean, Killzone 3 has been really impressive. They showed us a multiplayer demo where we get to go hands-on, and it was just really great fun to play, and it's a beautiful looking game.
They're really pushing 3D over here.
They are pushing 3D. If you go to Sony's little booth, they've just got 3D glasses everywhere, and there's Move everywhere as well.
Yeah. And so what about the actual booth? There's a lot of big booths here. What's the one that's caught your eye?
So being a Nintendo fan that I am, I really enjoyed the Nintendo booth. It's got that stale white appearance that they always have, pristine, clean. But they're showing off some really cool games. They've got Zelda here, which was enough for me. And Epic Mickey as well, which is a fantastic
Zelda
game.
Skyward Sword. They've got actually all of the stuff that they showed at E3, and it's playable for the first time. So if you're
that's right.
a member of the public, you can come down and actually get your hands on Donkey Kong Country Returns, Kirby, which is our game
Kirby's
of E3.
looking great. Yeah.
So Disney Epic Mickey. So it's good stuff. So Sony's booth is actually mental, and we'll be looking at it a little bit more in the show. I've been to see a game called LittleBigPlanet 2. You might have heard of it.
I think I've heard of that. I think so.
So we met up with Media Molecule earlier this week to find out more. They're incorporating new features all the time, so let's go and check it out. Hey guys, you're joining me in Cologne in Germany for the second day of Gamescom here. I'm joined now by Alex Evans, who is the technical director for LittleBigPlanet 2. Welcome, Alex.
Hello, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on your show.
So tell us what you're showing here in Cologne. You're showing a short new demo for us here.
Yeah, I mean, basically I never quite know which bits to show for LittleBigPlanet 2, but today we're focusing on story because for a lot of people, they really look forward to the Media Molecule levels, and they serve as the inspiration as well. So a lot of people don't want to go straight into create. So the story mode and the music sequencer are the big two.
The music sequencer has been used in a creative new way, which is what you'd expect from LittleBigPlanet, but it's been used to build levels itself.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting that. Christophe, who's one of our French level designers we hired from the community, went ahead and rebalanced one of his gameplays, actually a top-down racing game. It's great, one of the greater levels in the game. But he used the sequencer to control the difficulty curve. And what I love about that is I think in LBP2 you should see levels from us and from the community that are just more finessed than the first game, because you've got these extra tools at your disposal that mean that it's easier to balance and just make the games feel really good. So that's what he used it for, and it was not what I expected.
Kind of blow my mind to try and think about how that works.
It's just blown my mind. I can't even speak. So the crazy thing is that he realised, and Dave, the guy who actually programmed it with me, he's the lead physics and gameplay programmer, he was saying, look, it's a timeline, it's not just about music. Sure, you can put music down and you can put beats in and you can edit your piano keys, you can do literally anything. We provide tons of synths and instruments with you. But he's like, actually, why don't we just control the emotions of the sackbots? Or why don't we change the camera cuts? Or why don't we emit pieces of gameplay based on the string sequence that you have there? And it's like, wow, at that point we could go back through our story mode and we're actually finessing our own story mode using the sequencer. And the story mode remains for LBP2 about multiple different kinds of gameplay. So that means that the sequence is getting used in all different kinds of ways for all different kinds of games.
The example you showed of that was actually doing a music loop and then at a certain part of that rhythm having an object set on fire.
Exactly, because if you know anything from LittleBigPlanet 1, if you've ever created, you know that there are simple things like switches and levers and stuff. So all of that mechanics, all of those pieces, even the new Sackbot features and the direct control features, can be just placed physically on Poppet on this timeline. So if you can think of something you can do in LittleBigPlanet, with the sequencer you can now do it and control it with time and sequence it perfectly in order, making it just really easy. One of the guys from our community came and tested the game, and he said, it's kind of tricky. It sounds really complicated, all these new features, I'm scared. At the end of the day, he said, actually, you know what, it makes it easier. It's counterintuitive, but all of these powerful new features, once you've got your head around them, which takes a couple of hours, and then he said I was knocking levels out like 5 times quicker than you could do it in LBP1, which really makes me happy for what the community are going to do.
You showed one of the bonus levels as well, where you can collect a rubber band ball and start playing basketball with it.
Yeah, that's right. So as you go through the story, as with LittleBigPlanet 1, we've got side games, but because we now have competitive mode, it can get really kind of emotional. And I love it because the basketball game I showed, there's other ones, there's puzzle games, they can become competitive. So I think in the press demo, I just got completely owned. I think I got like he was getting 3-pointer after 3-pointer after 3-pointer, and yeah, the great thing is these competitive levels are really easy to make. To make a deathmatch game in LittleBigPlanet 2 just make a frame, show where your levels are, put down a few weapons of your choice. You can actually choose what sort of a weapon you want. You can create it. It's LittleBigPlanet, and you're done. Deathmatch level in 20 minutes, really easy.
There was also a gun which you showed that was firing at icing with interesting physics properties as well. Tell us about that and how you can customize it. You can get it to fire anything, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we call it the Creatinator because we didn't want to go too violent in LittleBigPlanet. It's all about creativity. So the Creatinator is a hat, but you can make it emit anything. So if you want to, you can make it emit guns or fire or whatever. But in this case, it was cake icing. And the cake icing actually uses a new feature as well, which is stickiness. And so as you play through the story, we actually use that as a kind of mechanic for like pulling levers down, and you can actually then, fire the cake over and action at a distance. And again, the story mode just introduces the simple ideas. I think the community are going to take those simple ideas in our story and really kind of remix them and go crazy with it. And so we're doing the conservative end of the spectrum with the Cakeinator, and they'll do the crazy stuff, I hope.
So we're fast approaching the release date now. Where are you guys at in terms of development, and can we expect to see any more ahead of release?
I think we're at the no sleeping stage. We're in the polish phase basically. It's really great. We've locked down everything, no more features to do. So we're just doing our best to get through the bugs, get the game out to you, and get it really polished and really beautiful. So if you do see anything more, hopefully it'll be super slick, super polished, and really fun because we're enjoying making it. I just can't wait to have this baby out.
Great stuff. Thanks for your time, Alex. You can check out more about our LittleBigPlanet 2 impressions from here in Gamescom Cologne. Just head over to gamescom.gamespot.com.
We spoke to some of the 250,000 people attending Gamescom this year to find out what they thought about the show and what were their highlights. Does anyone speak English? English? Anyone speak English? Anyone speak English? Anyone? No? Any of you guys speak English?
Yes, we do.
Hooray! Alright guys, we're here with Jelle. Now Jelle, where have you come from today?
I'm from the Netherlands.
And what are you most excited about to see at the show?
Well, actually, it's a Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which I'm now queued up for, which will, I've been told, take me at least 2 hours. So that says how big of a fan I think I am, although I do regret it, sort of. But yeah, I've come here to play Zelda most of all.
What's kind of been the best booth you've seen so far at the show?
The best
booth, as in Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft?
I actually like the Microsoft booth because they actually have demo kits, where as opposed to Nintendo, for their biggest game, Zelda, they have 4 kits. And well, for Halo Reach, Microsoft has like 50. That makes more sense to me.
We're here with Danko. Now Danko, you're queuing up for Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I mean, is this something you've been looking forward to for a while?
Well, I'm quite excited to see the title. I mean, I've been following the title on several super websites thus far, and I must admit my expectations are quite high.
Fantastic. How long have you been waiting here?
Well, unfortunately I've been waiting here for about an hour now, and this slide is kind of annoying, but I'm tolerating it because I'm really looking forward to the game.
Okay, and what else have you been seeing at the show today? What's been your favourite game so far?
I must admit the Old Republic looked very good and very polished, and it's one of my top favorites thus far. I've also seen, yesterday I've seen Darkspore, a title I haven't really seen before, but I must admit I was fairly nicely surprised.
Alright guys, we're here with Faisal. Where have you come from today to be here?
I'm from Bahrain, Middle East.
Wow, so you come really far just to come to Gamescom?
Yep, I see a friend of mine is there, so...
Cool, and what are you here to see?
Well, Fallout, obviously. There's, of course, WoW going on. And, well, I want to see if Valve are around. I'm not sure they're here today. I want to ask them why Half-Life 3 is taking so freaking long to come out, right?
I think that's what we all want to know. So, yeah. Right. So, motion controls are really big at this year's show, as have been for the entire year. So, if you had to choose one, Move, Kinect, or the Wii, which one would you choose?
Can I say none? Well, I would say Kinect is probably my first choice. But to me, motion controls is very gimmicky.
Cool. And what about yourself?
I didn't understand the question.
I spent the first day here at the Cologne Messe checking out the biggest booths and the best games, so let's go and check out my show floor report. Hello and welcome to another haul within the massive confines of the Cologne Messe here at Gamescom in Cologne. Behind me you can see we've got Nintendo, we've got Microsoft, we've got Warner Brothers, THQ in here. There's plenty of publishers, so let's go and check them out. So, lots of people dressed in white. It can mean only one thing. This is the Nintendo booth. Now, here at Gamescom, there are lots of games, but most of them are actually being seen at E3. So we've got things like Metroid Other M, Disney Epic Mickey, although Disney Mickey Epic as it's called here in Germany, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Zelda, which is a big queue for over there already. So it's most of the stuff that we've already seen at GameSpot, but this is a chance for the consumers, for the general public to come in and see what we've been so excited about. So yeah, it's all in all a pretty good booth. All right, Microsoft time now, and the Xbox 360. I'm stood on the stage where the stage demos are going to be happening here on this booth. There's a couple of Kinect units just behind me, so we can expect some Kinect stuff on stage. Now, again, there's a lot of stuff that's been shown at E3. Over this side, we've got games like F1 from Codemasters, DJ Hero 2, and a few arcade titles like Scott Pilgrim. And over there, there's a similar Kinect setup for what we saw at E3. And the big difference here is this is the biggest game show on Earth. So it's going to be open to the public to jump in and try Kinect out. They've got games like Joyride, Dance Central. So it's another big booth from Microsoft, and we'll see it get really busy tomorrow. All right, guys, time to bring the SmackDown now at the THQ booth. Now, this is a relatively modest booth. It's not too big, and most of the things are happening behind closed doors. So people are having to queue up to see home front here. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. And over there, Red Faction Armageddon. And I think, if I remember it correctly, a Red Faction, no, it's actually Warhammer, a Warhammer massive space marine with a smoking gun, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, a chance for the people to see these titles, but you've got to queue up for them if you want to see them. All right, so we're in Sony PlayStation's Red Zone now, which I think symbolizes a lot of their social games. You're joining me from Sony's yellow area now, and as you can see around me, they seem to decorate it in the same way you decorate a house. So you've got someone behind me lying down playing LittleBigPlanet 2. That's pretty much my dream bedroom there. You've got someone on the toilet over there playing the same game, and then someone in a bathtub playing. LittleBigPlanet 2 is going to be one of Sony's big games, of course, for this year. It's coming out later in the year. It was a highlight for the press conference. And they're also using this area to show off their latest 3D games. Tron is just around the corner, as well as the Sly remakes just over there. So that's pretty much it from us here in the Sony yellow area. Time for Sony's blue area now, which has a definite sports feel about it. Down here we've got Gran Turismo 5 set up on some pretty nice racing rigs. The game was finally dated last night. It's going to be coming out November 3rd. At least I expect that in the US, which is great. It's obviously been a long time coming. There's also some more Move titles. Sports Champions is over there. Some people playing ping pong and also playing the Frisbee game that's included in that. But that's pretty much it for the blue area. You're joining us in Sony's super serious orange area now, which is 18 and above only. It's where all of their super hardcore titles are. We've got Heavy Rain, Move Edition. We've got a guy playing as if he was in a morgue, on a morgue table, and he's playing Killzone, which again seems to be a theme of lying down and playing games here at Sony. They've got MotorStorm Apocalypse, and of course SOCOM Special Forces on the Move, and of course The Fight. So that's pretty much it for us here at Sony's massive Gamescom demonstration. All right, finally in this area of the Cologne Messe is the Namco Bandai booth. Now, we've got a few titles here that really seem to be pushing Enslaved Odyssey to the West, which is out very shortly. They've also got Pac-Man Party, a German-looking game called Slab den Rab, which I have no idea what that is. Naruto, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, and to be honest, that's pretty much it, I think. There's more titles here, and for more previews, interviews, video clips, head over to our Gamescom hub. It's gamescom.gamespot.com.
Hey, this is Mark Wallen for GameSpot UK. We're here at Redken's booth where they're showing off the Little Orbit developed Busy Scissors. Now they've given us the chance to get a full-on makeover, so let's jump in and see what they can do with my hair. I think I smell of beer. Do you think my hair smells of beer?
Julia.
Julia.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark, okay. I can do all what I want.
Yes, you can do whatever you want to my hair.
Okay.
So if you want to go crazy,
I'm crazy, okay.
do crazy.
Okay. But you must go out with this.
I promise you, I will go out with whatever hair you give me now. I love being styled. It's hot. I think for the benefit of the viewers at home, I should say that this is awesome. So have you been doing this all day?
Yes. I'm learning.
Oh, you're a trainee? Well, I'm not quite sure what I've let myself in for now, actually. Are you plaiting my hair?
And you love it too.
I have to admit, it's been a while since I've had plaits.
You're a crazy guy and you're crazy like this.
I'm starting to regret the fact I agreed to go out like this, actually. But
I hope it's not on TV.
sadly,
I hope it.
this will be going out to several people. I'm a trendsetter. I'm starting.
Yes.
I will be starting a new style tonight. Okay.
Tonight on podium.
Okay. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Well, dear viewers, as you can see, I've got plaits. I've been made over, and I have to go out looking like this tonight. In the meantime, head over to gamescom.gamespot.com and check out more of our coverage.
Alright, competition time now on Start Select, and what is becoming traditional for our trade shows. We've gathered up all of the swag that we've been given over the past week. In fact, we're still gathering it up.
We are. We're going to get some more today.
But so far we've got t-shirts, we've got We Sing bags, we've got a 2K giant lollipop.
Lollipop is awesome.
Limbo, artwork, we've got a load of stuff. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning it, what do you need to do, Mark?
All you have to do is answer this question. Who is the mayor of Cologne? Get your answers into competitions at gamespot.co.uk before the 31st of August, and we'll draw the winners out on next week's show.
That's it from us here in Cologne. You can check out all of our Gamescom coverage just by heading over to gamescom.gamespot.com. You can also head over to Facebook to let us know what you thought about the show and our coverage. Just head over to facebook.com/GameSpot UK. But we'll see you again next time from London on Start Select.